Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. I hope you're doing very well today. This is Sia. I'm a professional trader, and if you're new here, I share my thoughts on all markets, traditional and crypto. And generally, I am looking to share actionable information and some educational information with you. And if you do like my content, please do like and subscribe and drop a comment every once in a while. It encourages me to carry on doing what I am. So I'm just going to share my thoughts on the crypto market right now, and we have had quite a strong move today to the downside, and I can see that everybody has very quickly become very bearish. And I just wanted to share a couple of thoughts on what I'm looking at. Currently, this is the altcoin index. This is managed by FTX. It's basically an index of large caps, and it has been very clean in the past. It's a bit better to chart than the altcoin market cap that generally people are charting on TradingView. And this index, you can see very cleanly the move down from July all the way till December. It was a very clean move down, and you can see even on a higher time frame, this was the previous weekly high. And what we did is, all the way from the bottom, this is kind of like a swing failure, we broke back into this channel. This is where I called for a long on this, and it was about a 40% move, guys, to a target of a weekly resistance. But basically we made a higher high on the weekly, and this weekly close will enable us to make a higher low if we do end up closing above. Let's just quickly look at the weekly chart. Yeah, so basically we need to close above this swing low on this week to build a higher low, but essentially we've made a higher high. This is the first impulse of very bullish January that we've had, and all we've done till now, instead of the daily, let me go to the 4-hour. So all we've done till now is make this massive impulse, which from the bottom to the top is about a 85% move. And what we're doing right now is we have made a retrace. And what is the retrace? It is a 38.2 retrace, guys. That's where we are right now. A 38.2 retrace for such a big move in any textbook is currently bullish. As long as this level holds, it is bullish. What's the actionable plan for this? The actionable plan is to reclaim this monthly level, because you can see it was support on the 4-hour. We had not closed below this, but we've closed the candle and we are currently testing it as resistance. So what you want for this level is, you want for it to turn into support and then trade it up from there. So yeah guys, I don't see any reason, as long as this bull flag is holding, I don't see any reason for us to be looking for downside. The downside play for me would be that if this does continue to hold as resistance and we can lose this channel, test it, trade it down to the daily support, or at least the 0.5. And I think, considering what my plan for BTC is, it is possible that if we do end up losing all this golden pocket, the 6.6 and the weekly level in confluence with the channel, is where I would be looking for price to end up coming down. So this is what I can see in the altcoin markets right now. This is the broad market. The perpetual index is reflecting your large caps basically. So currently it is not completely bullish. Yes, on the 4-hour we are flipping a major level into resistance, but on a reclaim of this, there is still a decent probability of further continuation. Just going to quickly also share my thoughts on Bitcoin. So here's the Bitcoin chart. If you have been following me on Twitter, you do know that I was looking for a drop at this monthly level, and I think about second week of Jan somewhere I had spoken about the fact that everyone was looking to short this monthly resistance. If you watched the previous market review, I showed you a lot of confluence as to why we would get a reaction from this level. But what you can see is that we've made a 33% move on BTC on this big impulse. And of course, we have gotten rejected from a very obvious resistance level. So I think a lot of shorts have built up over here. And I had two different logics. I do draw some scribbles on Twitter, and please do understand I take that seriously, and a decent amount of thought goes into why I draw those lines, and I don't just do it randomly. So the thinking I had for that was that since this was a very crowded level to be going short, if we do get that, I was thinking that we can get a retrace to about the 8300 level, where we are currently right now, sitting on this monthly support, which is also a confluence of this 38.2 level. So it's a monthly support in a 38.2, and all I had thought of was that if we do get this, we can get a monthly support test and a shallow retrace, but also a bearish mindset for the market, which you can see has already happened. And you have to understand, guys, what I told you in the previous reviews, the miners are not selling over here. You know, the starting of January for the last 7 years has been a decent sell-off, and we have seen just a bullish January. This has not happened since 2012, and 2012 mining was not a serious game. Right now it is, you know, so this is the first time, and so that makes it very clear that the miners are not selling at these levels. So definitely, if price has to come down here, there is a lot of support for these levels. But what I think is happening right now is that psychologically now the market is quite bearish because of this steep move. What I would say personally, yeah, it doesn't look so good. You can see the corrections on BTC, they've been pretty strong, you know, so psychologically they have been affecting people a lot to be looking for downside, and price has just been turning back around and keeping people in disbelief. And what I think is that a lot of shorts will be accumulated, sentiment will remain bearish, but as long as this level holds, you know, we can maybe even get a stop run, a swing failure pattern, maybe a day or two of consolidation here. But if this holds, I think we are good for continuation, guys. And I think if it doesn't, this level, this 8000 to 8200 level, I think this is a very crowded level for BTC. I just see everybody on Twitter trying to long this. So if that does happen, I think we come deeper to this golden pocket level, and you can see this golden pocket level, all these levels are so well placed for BTC. This resistance which is turned into support, you know, so it's a very strong level, and it's quite logical. If price does have to fall, it's quite logical to get a very good reaction from here. This also is a decent level, but it is too crowded a trade for me. So either I think we front run this level which all of crypto Twitter is trying to long, and for me that makes a lot of sense. If we are to get continuation, I don't see any logic of price having to come lower again and do this whole thing again, because I think we've left a lot of people behind already. So if we can keep this bearish sentiment and have a bit of a consolidation, if you do want to be safe, yeah, I think you can buy as close to this as possible, and if you get a high time frame close below this, you can manage risk from here. You want to be safer, then you can head up to the next 4-hour level and wait for price to reclaim it. So if we do reclaim 8500, 8550, this level, if we can reclaim it as support, then you can play for a higher time frame, at least to test this monthly resistance again with a stop below these lows. So that's the plan for Bitcoin right now, guys, and these are the plans for my markets. Stay safe out there and stay objective, and hope we can make some good money together. Cheers. If you found this video helpful, please give it a thumbs up and go ahead and share it with someone else. And if you have any questions about what we covered today, please leave them in the comments and I will be sure to get back to you or answer them in my next video. For more trading content and education, go ahead and click on the video on your right. Thanks for watching, guys, and cheers!